Azure Gleam, the blood-stained lance. The Western Lords suffered defeat at the capital. Cornelia, the instigator of the uprising, flees west and commands her allies, Viscounts Mateus and Gideon, to muster their forces. Hoping to settle this matter before re-engaging with the Empire, the Kingdom Army makes for the Mach region in order to defeat Cornelia and learn the truth of the tragedy of Duscur.
No. My uncle?
I'm afraid so. Among the rebels are houses Mateus and Gideon, and all the other Western Lords from whom I've stripped power. They appear to have appointed Baron Dominic as their leader.
I'm so sorry, Annie. What could he be thinking?
House Dominic may be a mere barony at present, but they're a storied family whose lineage traces all the way back to the 10 elites. Centuries ago, when the wise King Klaus passed beyond the Veil of Death, he did so without naming a successor to the crown. And so, the three regions of the Holy Kingdom, Faerghus, Mach, and Leicester, were divided among the three royal princes. House Dominic chose to side with the prince ruling Mach, who was eventually defeated by the forces of Faerghus, leaving the once vast Dominic territory to be whittled down, meted out to the neighboring lords.
I know they held a grudge about that in the past, but surely it's ancient history at this point. Tons of people from House Dominic, my father included, have devoted their lives to serving the royal family. It makes me wonder if my uncle's heart is really in this fight.
As they stand now, House Dominic lacks the influence and might necessary to defy their surrounding lords. So when pushed to join the uprising, they would have had little choice but to go along. But that lack of strength might just be the key to our victory.
But why then were they appointed the leader? If they're just like...
How do you mean, Gustav?
If they were just like threatened into it, why were they appointed the leader?
If we could only convince my brother to change sides, the Western territories would lose their leader. And if we were to follow that up with a decisive victory against a demoralized army, it would likely cause their military effort to collapse entirely.
Perhaps. But it'll be difficult to pry the Baron away without first eliminating those surrounding him.
Indeed. If nothing else, we'll need to turn the tide of war in our favor if we ever hope to empower the Baron to defect. For now, we must consider how best to break through their front. This is no small number of soldiers you offer. Are you sure Duscur can spare that many?
For good or ill, this is what our chief has decided. Preparations will take some time, but we are sworn to aid you, and we will stake our pride as a people on doing so.
Aww.
Still, this is a far larger force than we ever asked for.
Please, you strove tirelessly to see our home return to us.
Aww.
The people of Duscur have not forgotten the kindness you showed. And though some may still think ill of you, we only offer as many soldiers as volunteered.
Duscur remains a kingdom territory. As such, I can't claim our relationship is one on equal footing. Yet, I want to believe your gracious support here will point the way to a new future for both your home and ours. Give your men my thanks. And once this war reaches its conclusion, I'll be sure to visit Duscur anew.
Understood. I'll be taking my leave now.
Oh,
To
they're
do.
making so much progress.
None of this would be happening if not for the unflagging efforts of you and Rodrigue.
No, Your Majesty. Neither I nor Rodrigue could have accomplished this. Your sincerity is what won their trust.
I hope you speak true. Nothing I do will ever bring back their fallen loved ones after all.
Yet you have shown us the truth all the same, allowed us to see a better future. Not only me, but everyone from Duscur.
And still, the whole picture remains elusive. A dark secret continues to linger over the tragedy, shrouded by shadow. Shedding light on it is my... No. It is our duty.
I really like this. I really like the way where this story is going. Like, they're not just, you know, trying to fight the Empire, but they're also trying to figure out what happened in Duscur. Something that was missing from houses. But anyway, I like it. I like it. I like the subplot. Alright, let's go around and talk to people.
Excuse me.
It's pretty tough to get people to band together for a common cause. Each person is their own entity, which means they have differing desires and goals. Unifying all those diverse wants and needs under the banner of a single region feels nigh impossible.
A shame.
Just how long are we going to fight against that impossibility? As long as we need to, I guess. Or as long until everybody can accept each other and differing opinions.
Hey!
I had thought the kingdom would have presented a more united front against the Empire. To be honest, I was quite surprised that such a disturbance would happen in the royal capital. It's a good thing that the kingdom ended up with Aryan Road, I'll tell you that. If they hadn't, I'm sure the Empire would have marched far into kingdom territory by now. Can't read. Cannot read. Oops. Keep thinking that's run. Hey.
Hear a girl out, will you?
My brother died 6 years ago in the tragedy of Duscur. I'm so sorry for you. King Dimitri apologized to me personally for it. But all I want is for him to find out the truth about why my brother had to die. Why can I not read today?
Hello there. Oh, that's right.
Now that I think about it, I haven't been to Western Fargus all that much. I'm originally from the Empire, and I rarely had the opportunity to travel when I was with the church. I always thought I'd like to go there someday, but I confess this is not quite what I had in mind. Indeed, indeed. Hey, Happy.
Oh, it's you. So, you up
I
for a
thought she
chat?
might not have been, but it turns out Cornelia was that same lady. As usual, she made a quick escape. Ask how she knows. Express suspicion.
Huh?
What do you mean? How do you know her? Oh, she's the one who caused me so much pain. Oh yeah. But at this point, I don't really care. Dee Dee will take her down. I mean, we can only hope, right? Does anybody know that there's like this masked mage who snuck into our camp? I mean, he could be anybody. And we wouldn't even know it. Are we not supposed to capture suspicious individuals? He looks just like one of those, slithering mages,
Hey there.
you know? I was worried for a while there, but I'm relieved there wasn't much damage to the city. And we were able to rescue Duke Ivan as well. What a load off our shoulders. Stay focused.
Right on.
Totally. Now if we can just do something about the West, all these problems within the kingdom should settle down. Yeah, I have to wonder, what in the world is Cornelia playing at? I can think of a lot of reasons why the Western nobles would oppose His Majesty. But her? Nothing comes to mind. There's something unsettling about all of this. I mean, I kind of wonder, what is their goal? As well. Like, they already have, you know, quite a bit of control, or supposedly quite a bit of control in the Empire, right? Are they just trying to take over Fodlan?
Zack,
I heard rumors that Felix and his father weren't on good terms, but that doesn't appear to be the case, does it? A while back, Felix seemed pretty keen on cutting ties with his house. But maybe now that he's succeeded to the head of his family, he understands his father's feelings a little more. Maybe. Who knows? Felix is oddly mellow.
Nothing to report.
You know, there are some sacred sites for the Church of Seros in the Western Kingdom. There's the Rhodos Coast and Lake Totares. I've never been to them, though.
Sounds great.
I'd love to go on a little sacred sightseeing tour once all those fighting has died down. Maybe you can come with me, if you're not busy, I mean. We've been there. Not at Shuz, but we've been there, so we're good. But who knows, like, road trip with the gatekeeper and
Come this way.
whoever else would want to join us.
You have my gratitude.
Doesn't sound too bad. I believe thanks are in order. Your aid in Ferdiad was invaluable. We could not have rescued His Majesty alone, not even if we staked our lives on the fight. Agree. Express humility. Yeah, I suppose. I'm just glad we made it in time. You all can be pretty reckless, you know.
That's a choice.
I'm afraid I have no excuse. I apologize for the trouble. Now let us all work together from here on out and move quickly to subdue the West. Okie dokie. Shez. Calling other people reckless. You're the one who's been jumping off cliffs. This is where I expected Bernadetta to be. Just like hidden away, locked in a room, or a shack. Doesn't all this moving around make you lose track of where we are, Shez? Especially since we've been rushing around all these places that look practically the same. That's funny. Especially since our camp looks the same no matter where we are. Like, do we just move these buildings with us? We deconstruct them, take them down, and then rebuild them wherever we go? I'm not even sure if we're in the kingdom anymore. Neither am I, let's be honest. Yeah, I get turned around too. Sometimes I even go in the complete opposite direction. Yeah, especially during the battles, which is like running into walls, and running into walls, and running into walls. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Alright. Good to see you, Bernadetta. Or, you know, not see you, but talk to you.
Come to think of it,
Baron Dominic is an incredibly good man, but his son is a dyed-in-the-wool libertine. He bears the crest of Dominic and received excellent grades at the Officers' Academy. So we have to kill him to get the hammer for Annette? Is that what it is? Yeah, he insisted on becoming a traveling minstrel, of all things. He's probably off wandering and warbling this very moment. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Forget we said anything.
You look well today. I see.
Oh, it's an outside class. Those are interesting. And I think that's a demonic beast on the blackboard, right? Maybe? At the bottom left there? And those are all the sacrifices? Okay, we're gonna take a closer look in a bit. What a great relief to have Dimitri back safe and sound. I've also noticed that something about him has changed. I would not necessarily say that he is cheerful, but something in his countenance appears more at ease. Perhaps his friends encouraged him and that made him feel better. I would like to make more friends myself. All right, we'll be your friend. We're friends, right? Blaine? You should recommend an expedition and then we can test our friendship. See if we can get an A+. Oh, we can't get any closer. Can we come around here? Nope, no we cannot. No we cannot. All right, well, no secrets on the back side of the blackboard. But I think that's a demonic beast right there. Bottom left. And those little, like, circle things above it are either its neck, like, scales on its neck, or they're the sacrifices. The fools who are foolish enough to try and take it down. Not us, of course. Other fools. Yeah. This is a class on how to take down demonic beasts.
Hear me out.
The commotion in the capital has subsided for now. I'm glad we've got some good news for Lady Rhea. Oh, speaking of good news, my former partner has officially signed on to help us. Yes! Where's Shamir? Where is Shamir? We're going to meet up with her in Aryan Road. Oh. I can't wait to see her again. Alright, well. Almost. We're close. History of Fodlan II, Imperial Year 721, the First Mach War. The Dagdan army invaded from across the sea. Though the Imperial forces resisted the attack and drove off the enemy, the land of Mach sustained considerable damage. Imperial Year 728, the invasion of Brigid. The Empire invaded the Brigid Archipelago, a land occupied by allies of Dagda. As penance for their refusal to surrender, the people of Brigid were relegated to a life of imperial subjugation. 731, the invasion of Dagda. With the boon of a strong foothold in Brigid, the Empire mounted a large-scale invasion of Dagda. However, the fortunes of war were not on their side and their attack failed. 747, the Fargus Rebellion. Lugh, a descendant of one of the houses that first quarreled with the Empire, raised an army to demand independence, pulling the land of Fargus into a fierce rebellion. This clash came to be known as the War of the Eagle and Lion. 751, founding of the Holy Kingdom. Lugh and his resistance army were victorious over the Imperial forces. The Holy Church of Saros mediated between the two, and Fargus secured its hard-won independence as the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. 801, the Leicester Rebellion. All of these are like, oh no, not that one, but like before, like within 10 years of each other, and then 50 years of peace, and then another rebellion. All right, A rebellion broke out in the imperial lands of Leicester, which the imperial army was unable to suppress. The Holy Kingdom, viewing the uprising as an opportunity to increase its own political sway, occupied the Leicester region, formally declaring it as a territory of Fargus. 861. Anyway. Fargus divided. Following the death of King Claus I, 3 princes became archdukes and split the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, that they may rule over it as 3 separate territories. The 881, the Crescent Moon War. The archduke ruling over the Leicester region of the kingdom succumbed to illness. The lords of the Leicester lands refused to acknowledge the next archduke in line, instead plotting to rule jointly as an alliance. 901, the founding of the Alliance. The Leicester Alliance was officially formed after the subjugation of hostile nobles and the removal of all opposing forces in the regions of Argus. An influential figure from the outset, Duke Regan was inarguably the heart of the newly formed alliance. 961, the Almiran invasion. The great eastern nation of Almyra crossed through Fodlan's throat and invaded Alliance territory. The Empire dispatched troops in order to help conquer this threat, and the attackers were just barely driven off. 1101, construction of Fodlan's Locket. To defend against future Almiran invasions, the Alliance, the Kingdom, and the Empire joined their efforts and resources to construct the indomitable fort known as Fodlan's Locket. Interesting, bit of a history lesson there. Baron Dominic is in a precarious position. Speaking with my brother will be no simple matter. That's true, even if he wanted to help us. He can't risk doing anything reckless, so long as the other Western nobles have power. Our only option is to steadily gain control and cut down the West's military forces.
Let's give it our all!
I believe in you, Father. I'm certain Uncle Dominic will listen to you if you can make your way to him. Sure, maybe. Or he'll, I don't know, feel threatened that Gustav is back, maybe trying to take his title back.
Over here!
You saved His Majesty. As a kingdom citizen, I am most grateful to you. Oh, how silly, I forgot to introduce myself. Viscount Brinius, at your service. Wonderful to make your acquaintance. Actually, my younger sister was at the Officers' Academy the same year as you and His Majesty. I suppose that's why I feel a sort of kinship with you. Well, in any case, I'll be praying for your great success. Thank you, we appreciate it. I wonder if we are going to spot that son of the... Was he a count? A viscount? I don't remember. Was he a baron? But like, there was that one son who was like, I don't know, I think he was standing outside the armory and he was talking about... No, right? Yeah, he was standing outside the armory, like over there somewhere, maybe, around here. And he was talking about how he married into Gautier, someone from Gautier, and like, but it wasn't all political, like, you know, I don't know, whatever, it's fine, it's fine. My memory is bad. Not great with the memory here, but I don't know. Hopefully, you know, we're not just casting suspicion on him simply for being related to a traitor.
Hey!
The most powerful general in all of the Empire is the Minister of Military Affairs, Count Bergles. And the mightiest in all the Alliance is Lord Holst of House Goneril. I hear the Minister of Military Affairs was in command on the Eastern Front. I wonder if those two ended up duking it out. If they did, I wonder what kind of fight it was. Now that's a brawl I'd want a front row seat to. Us too, us too.
Well, right.
Your deftness with a spear is truly a sight to behold. I imagine your teacher must have had considerable skill.
Right.
Yes, I actually learned from my family, those in the castle, and a friend who passed away. Ah, Glenn. Oh, is that so? How impressive. I would certainly like to be as adept with you as a spear. Or with a spear as you. Can't read.
What say you?
Well, I could teach you if you like. I'm sure you can master it quickly. I wouldn't go so far as to say it would make Glenn happy, but... yeah, okay, so it was Glenn. At the very least, I would be glad if my skills could be of use to someone else. Okay, Ingrid's making friends with the Duskurians. Dusker people. Oh.
Hey!
We already talked to you. Petra.
Oh.
I'm having a hard time staying in the kingdom so long. The cold is wearing me down. How are the people from the kingdom all right? I'm wondering if they have any advice for enduring the cold. I mean, maybe put on pants and a jacket? You know, just to start? Tell her they got used to it. Tell her you're freezing too. I mean, we do get cold easily. I think it's because they were... What? Oh. I was like, I think it's because they were born... How does this connect? Okay. I was raised in Leicester, and I just can't get used to how freezing this place is.
That has much difficulty.
Is it really so simple? I do not have understanding. I mean, also, have you seen the way they dress? Like, Felix is... I don't know if we can see it. No, we can't. We only see, like, their head. But, like, you could kind of see that Sylvain has a scarf on right here. And Felix is wearing, like, a fur coat thing. You can see his collar. And, yeah, like... Oh, and Ingrid has the fur collar too. And then look at Petra. And she wonders why she's cold. Anyways. Okay. Should we go? Oh, we can. We can go back here. Royal Territories of Fargus Book 2. A directory of information on each region within the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. As it contains no confidential information, can be viewed and checked out freely. 1180 edition. Gautier, a margraviate situated at the northernmost point in Fodlan. The Ruska Mountains on its foreign border guard against invasion from Strang. The lion's share of the territory is covered in conifer woodlands, and the climate remains cold year-round. The territory's chief products are fish and lumber, but the vast plains around the capital also allow for the raising of cattle. Galatia, a desolate county comprised mainly of rugged rocky mountains and barren plains, ill-suited for farming, and has very few large-scale settlements. However, the territory does boast the exact type of pasture favored by Pegasi near its border with Fraldarius, and it has become well known for its Pegasi stock. Pegasi? Anyways, Dominic, a small but beautiful barony, its coastal cities have become a hub of commerce through trade with Albania. Gideon, a Viscounty with northern mountains that produce gold, albeit in modest amounts. Rowe, a county. The west features robust ironworks and smithing centered around Aryan Road. The east is known for its Bacchus... What is Bacchus production? What is that? Interesting. Elidor, a Viscounty that boasts a unique culture due to the influence of the Western Church. That's it. Doesn't even tell us what influence or what culture. All right. Okay. I mean, at least we got Bacchus production for Rowe. Not that we know what that is, but, you know. Okay. Itha, a grand duchy. Mercenary dispatch and the small-scale hunts that take place in the Itha Plains, which cover the majority of the region, form the main pillars of the economy. Okay, cool. Mateus, a Viscounty, fishing and boat construction have long been its chief industries. Garant, a county boasting pastoral countryside throughout. The basin of the Tyrannus River that runs through the south provides fertile plains. And Enid, a Viscounty famous for its high-quality wool. Okay, cool. Cool. That's interesting.
What's up? Perfect.
What a relief my father showed up. I guess he's somewhat reliable after all. Maybe he'll pass on the, Are you the Lance of Ruin? Is that what Sylvain has? He's not the type to suddenly spring into action, but I imagine he couldn't let things stand as they were. I mean, the Gautier name was used to spread false information, which put His Majesty in danger. Can't say I'm surprised. Okay. When are you gonna get your, inheritance, dude? Like, when are you gonna get your special weapon?
Greetings.
There's always some conflict or another going on in Fargus. I'm sure Leicester and Adrestia are similar. And the same's true for Duscur. It's not so easy to settle a dispute between those with different views. Just have to, you know, accept other viewpoints and perspectives and cultures. Easier said than done.
Oh, it's you.
What is it, Dimitri?
No.
Well, in truth, I spent much of last night getting firmly scolded by Felix. Even after we disbanded? Is that what happened? Once he got started, he would not stop. We ended up talking through the night, much like the old days. In the end, Dedue came into the tent and began arguing with Felix. Over your bedtime? Rejoice. Crack a joke. He gave you a dressing down, huh? Well, you better leave tonight wide open because I've got a list of complaints myself.
Greetings.
Pardon? Oh, yes, I understand. I'd best finish my work while the sun is still high in that case. I'm just pulling your leg, but I guess you'd be the type to take it seriously. In any case, I'm truly sorry to have worried you. What a feckless man I am, ever toiling to no avail.
I wonder...
I promise, I will walk alongside everyone else moving forward. Woo, cool, cool. Alright, who are we missing? Did we talk to you? We did. Felix and Dedue.
Hello there.
Felix, I wish to speak with you about the part of the Duscar Vanguard that's being sent to House Fraldarius. Do your soldiers have any complaints? I imagine you have thoughts as well. Some might be dissatisfied, but I don't care if they are. Felix just does whatever he likes. I value a warrior's ability to fight. Things like where they're from don't... Oh, that's what he means. Okay, we're cool with that. Don't matter to me. And to that end, there are many competent fighters among the Duscar soldiers, and they all have high morale. They make for good training partners, and we can learn a great deal from their techniques. And...
Hey there.
What, you got a problem? Speak up. Not at all. I was just thinking that His Majesty must find it reassuring to have a confidant like you. Well, I didn't expect to hear that. Whatever. You're free to say what you want. Okay, still kind of surly, but getting there. Felix only cares if you're a good fighter or not. We can support that.
Come here, will ya?
Pedigree and intelligence are qualities you're born with. Physical appearance, crests, and environment are out of your control as well. We humans are unequal at birth. What matters is how you fight with the hand you're dealt. That's what the boss always said anyway. I wonder what he's up to now. It's been a good while since he left Abyss. Oh, Yuri? Maybe we'll see him in these upcoming battles. I mean, why else would they put this person here to mention Yuri, to tease at Yuri if he's not gonna show up real soon? I mean, Catherine teased at Shamir during our last walk around, and here she is. I mean, not yet, but soon.
Did you need something?
My husband is originally from House Mateus and is much grieved by our current predicament. He wishes not to spill the blood of his relatives. That is why I have come in his stead. But to be in the thrall of that deceitful woman and raise an army as a result, what a foolish man my father-in-law is.
How are you faring? Marvelous.
I'm relieved we have cleared up the matter in the royal capital, and it appears the city sustained much less damage than we feared. 'Tis a pity we could not detain that temptress Cornelia, though. One day, her presence may plunge Fargus into chaos. No, perhaps all of Odlin, even.
How can I serve?
Among the Western Lords, Count Duval's house was the closest to us in the Central Church. It might not actually be their intention to make enemies of us. We are also finding it quite painful to have to fight them. Okay, I think that was everybody. So we will go to kitchen.
Sometimes Fodlan cuisine is going down easily, and sometimes it is definitely not.
I'm ashamed to admit I've never been too fond of this, though I do appreciate the gesture.
You must eat it. Don't waste the food.
Thanks? Look, don't feel bad. Not everyone's going to like everything you give them.
True, true.
I don't think this agreed with me the last time I tried it, but I still appreciate the thought. Thanks.
This is... No, it is not your fault. Perhaps I am just too picky.
I won't get stronger if I don't eat.
Perhaps some more meat would help this dish. And some more vegetables as well. And flavor.
Really? For me? Thanks.
appreciate it.
I am so overwhelmed with gratitude that perhaps you could eat it in my stead?
Okay, that was amusing. Alright.
There are few things more extravagant than a home-cooked meal.
You clearly put a lot of effort into this. I won't turn my nose up at it.
Good. Unlike Flame, it's just like, maybe you could eat it for me.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Alright, clearly Zenith has spoiled her.
Counting on you both.
And you need me for this? Are you sure?
We'll handle this together.
Counting on you both.
Let's do this together.
Indeed. Let's give it our best.
Oh, it's so late. I didn't mean to take this much of a detour.
Just getting back?
Hey, Dedue. Hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't. You were in town, yes?
I went to pick up some supplies, but on the way back I saw these flowers blooming, and I just couldn't help but pick some.
Ah, yarrows.
They're used as an ingredient in healing salves. Although you can also slap the leaves on your wounds and get mostly the same effect. Oh, and I plan on soaking them in alcohol. It'll produce a liquid that can be used for a wonderful ointment. Though I suppose it would be faster to just use healing magic.
Okay, but not everybody has healing magic, so, you know.
You seem well informed on the subject.
Lonato knew all about it. So I picked up a few things from him.
Lord Lonato had an interest in plants?
Oh, sure. He kept tons of botanical encyclopedias and books like that in his room.
So that's why you're so good at gardening.
He loved flowers. He even kept a small herb garden at Castle Gaspar. Hey, you like gardening too, right? I mean, you were always watering the flowers in the greenhouse back at Garreg Mach.
I suppose I do, though I know little of the medicinal properties.
Yeah, I guess knowing how to grow plants is different from knowing how to use them.
Even so, the greenhouse was a treasure to me.
You're right about that. I found flowers there I'd never even seen in Castle Gaspar's garden.
I would like very much to visit this garden of yours one day.
We should go! Of course, a lot has happened since I last saw it, but my younger siblings should still be looking after it.
I look forward to it. Though, how did Lord Lonato come to know so much about medicinal herbs?
He used to serve Grand Duke Rufus, so maybe he studied them while he was in the capital.
Perhaps.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here chatting away when I should be off making myself useful.
Of course. Medicinal herbs.
Interesting, interesting.
Ash, you've come at the perfect time.
Why is that? Oh no, am I interrupting?
He said perfect time, not worst possible time.
Not at all. In fact, I'd like you to try this tea.
Made from the flowers I planted.
Sure. Did you create this blend yourself?
I did. Your talk of medicinal herbs inspired me to study them. I created a number of different brews, thinking I might find one suitable for His Majesty. But first, I would like your opinion on the quality.
Taste testing, is it? I'd be happy to help. Oh, this tastes like...
Yes? How do you find it?
Dedue, what did you use in this?
The same flower you gathered before, mixed with some other herbs, then steamed. I read that doctors in the capital frequently concoct a similar blend. Does it not suit your tastes?
No, I love it. It actually reminds me of something. Of course! This is what Lonato used to give me when he first took me in.
Lord Lonato used to brew this tea?
He sure did. Wow, this really takes me back. I wasn't born into a noble family, so when I started living with Lonato, I had no idea how to act. I was nervous as anything at first, but I'd always calm right down the moment I drank his tea.
Aww.
I did read that this tea is useful for calming nerves. Perhaps he was trying to make you feel at home.
That sounds like him. I was pretty young at the time, so I never knew what kind of tea it was. But this definitely has the same flavor. Strange to think I've been in the capital for 2 years now and never came upon it again until today. I wonder if Lonato ever served this tea to Grand Duke Rufus.
He never said?
No, I guess the two of them had a falling out a long time ago. He never really talked about his time in the capital. But I think he started studying herbs as a way to help the Grand Duke. Just like you're studying them to aid His Majesty.
Help him with his guilty conscience.
It's possible.
Anyway, thank you, Dedue. That really hit the spot. Hey, would you teach me how to brew it sometime? I'd love to let everyone else try it.
Yes, of course.
Mercedes, good. I need your help.
Felix? Why do you have a cat?
Picked it up?
Yes, I can see that, but... Oh no! Its little leg is hurt! Here, let me have it. I may be able to heal it with magic. There. It should be fine now.
Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. Though I must admit, you're the last person I expected to bring me an injured kitten.
Felix is really just a big softie on the inside.
It reminds me of how my little brother once took in a cat when we were young.
Would that little brother of yours be Professor Yaritza?
Yes. This was a long time ago, when we both still lived with House Bartels. My brother took in an injured cat, and after it healed, it began living in the mansion. We did our best to feed it secretly so it wouldn't be discovered.
Secretly? What's the big deal with one little furball?
We couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what. The people in that house were horrid.
Oh.
Had they learned of the cat, they would have put it in a sack and tossed it in the river.
Wow.
Eventually, my mother and I left House Bartels and never looked back. Though we left my brother behind. Still, I've always wondered what happened to that poor little cat.
Hopefully Yaritza saved it, freed it before...
Animals are smart enough. If the thing felt threatened, it would have taken off.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, now that you've fixed the cat, I should bring it back to where I found it.
Are you sure? It's clearly taken a shine to you.
Yeah, but I can't keep it. The thing's practically a kitten. What if it has parents that, I don't know, miss it?
Yes, I suppose returning it would be best.
Alright, go. Shoo! Come on, get out of here already.
Aww.
Stop rubbing my legs. What is it? You want food? Well, I don't have any.
Ah, that cat really likes him.
Aww.
Animals clearly understand when a kind soul comes to their aid.
Mercedes, do something. This cat won't stop following me.
I'm sorry, but there isn't anything I can do. You'll have to wait until it feels like going home.
Oh, come on. Don't pretend. You're happy about it.
Goodness, really? Having a cat like you is a good thing. My little brother has always loved cats, but recently they won't come near him, and it just breaks his heart.
Oh, that's sad.
I do not understand that man. But regardless, that's not the issue.
Well, so long as you're stuck waiting, we may as well get comfortable and have a nice chat.